What's up, Tony? Those that don't know me, my name's Peter. When I was part of a gang, my name was Minor. First off, I just want to shout out to the homie Tony, who has this big match coming up on Saturday. I hope anybody that's out there that they should put. Hold on, can I start over?
Yeah, of course you can start over, bro. Okay, you ready?
Yeah, let's go.
Alright, brother, go ahead and do your thing.
Alright, my name's Peter. Those that don't know me, they used to call me Minor. I've been on this show many times. Man, first off, I want to do a shout out to the homie Tony, who has this match.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
I know he's been working out, getting those push-ups on for this big match. So everybody out there, man, get that pay-per-view event. See what's going on. I'm pretty sure the homie Tony's gonna win. But so I want to read you guys this chapter from my book. I'm almost finished with my book. I've been on the show many times, and I just I'm gonna need people to buy this book. So if people don't know the name, they need to learn it, because I'm gonna drop a couple of books real soon. So this is a chapter 30. This is from my book called Christian Affiliated, and this book covers my juvenile until I got incarcerated. My life as a gangbanger. A Christian Affiliated is about the love. The love, the curse. The love is always a curse, because you love your homies, you love your hood, but it comes along with a lot of baggage. So I named it A Curse and Affiliated. It comes along. It's a sad story about friends that die, about going through juvenile hall, and about a lot of different things that a gang member could live. But I'm gonna start off on chapter 30. Chapter 30. I remember the night I was torn completely from my essence. That day, the older homies poured bottle after bottle into me. They showered me with affection and celebrated my gangster that was becoming recognizable in the street. We smoked sherm stick after sherm stick in a backyard party. I was out of my mind when we loaded the all-primer stolen car. Make sure his eyes stay open, I heard one of them say to the other as he turned the car on with the screwdriver. The other slid to the back seat with me and handed me a gun. I thought nothing of it since they always had us traviesos hold their fusca when we were on the streets to both avoid charges for the gun and to get us used to pistols. I got him. I'm right here next to him. That's it, he told the other. I didn't know what they were talking about until we were a block away from my barrio. My homeboy then turned to me. Minor, we're going to pull up on some fools. You're going to shoot. But if you shut your eyes, we're going to fuck you up. You make sure you keep your eyes open when you shoot. Stare directly at them. You're going to become a man at night. I shrugged at to say that it was nothing. Instead of taking the right to our territory, we went left. Remember, keep your eyes open, the homie demanded as we neared. The primer vehicle pulled up a residential street, bumped me Scarface, never seen a man cry till I seen a man die. The Sherman alcohol mix had me ready to puke. There's one for sure, the homie in the back seat declared as he bent forward to point out a kid on the block of our enemy's radio on a bike. We got him. Showtime, Minor. Tonight you become a man. No more shooting at cars. That's it. You look straight into this bitch's eyes and tell him. No, better yet, show him who you are. The driver said to me as he looked back. You got this. The one in the back seat kissed me on my forehead as he pulled me over his lap. I pulled the Hummer back in the 4-4 Bulldog. I reached over the homie who was in the back seat. He held onto my buckle as I hung out the window. I took a deep breath before I asked, where you from, dog? He nearly fell off his bike as his tire hit a curb. I saw the fear in his eyes, and I felt compassion wash over my mind and heart for a second. I shook it off. Zoned in, I heard my heart race as my antagonistic mind fell silent. He stepped off the bike, seeing he was trapped, and banged his audio. He made a comment about his family. Shoot, Minor, shoot. The adults in the car screamed. Keep your eyes on them. I pulled the trigger. The sight killed what was remaining of my heart. I was shell-shocked as I tried to retreat into the window. I pulled the trigger again off impulse. This time the gun's kick jolted the barrel into my face. The man pulled me into the car. I was shaking like a leaf. The drug wore off in an instant. I was sober. The driver swerved the car onto the street and he hollered, "Yeah, fuck yeah." On the next block, he asked the other adult in the car, "His eyes open, ese?" "Yeah, Holmes, look at him. He just seen what he signed up for." He laughed as the moment held me in a suspended suspense. They both burst out laughing. The driver looked back. "That's right, Minor. Tonight you become a killer, ese." He spoke truth. My lips were swelling from being swatted in the face. My mind was traumatized and my heart was obsolete. We drove back to the party as we left to bust a jale on earlier that night. They commanded I say nothing to anyone, not even my homeboys. They dropped me off at Cutie's apartment the next morning. When I knocked, she answered the door with a smile. I was still high from the shern the homies pumped into me with the remaining hours of the night. I laid in bed with her to sleep, the drug off, but we didn't sleep or sex. I told her so much already. Why not what happened without specifics? I held her tight as she laid in my arms listening, being my shoulder while I confessed how it seemed like a movie, how it feels empty in my heart from that moment. He gave up on running and banged his hood, to when I saw the kid tumble to the floor as the bullets tore through his chest. She lay there dazzled-eyed. It made her feel protected, she confessed. Since a traumatic childhood kept her from feeling any type of security, she played perfect wife to me the remainder of the day and the next. So that story is about me when I was 14 years old. And as a lot of you guys know, my father was a gang member, my mother was a gang member, my great-grandmother was on the news for peddling drugs for my neighborhood, for my gang on the streets. But as you guys know too, I grew up in the system, California Youth Authority, had another CDC number before I caught this murder beat. Unfortunately, I grew up, believing that my where I belonged was on the top of a prison gang, or being a dominant figure within an organized crime, or stuff of that nature. So a lot of my stories, they follow that path, that path that I grew up believing, So I wanna take you guys back, to a point in my life when that gang that I was serving on the streets, they've never, a lot of them didn't turn their back on me until much recently, but I wasn't always in the clear with them, and this happened so I'm gonna rewind it back to around 2009 when I had got stabbed. And there was a homie that was from my city named Gunner from Lincoln Heights, and when around the time I was gonna check in, or when I got stabbed because I walked into an active tear. Around that time, a lot of people were reaching out to the homies, like, "Hey, bro, what's going on with them? We need to find out what's going on with this dude. He's incarcerated for murder. He's a good homie." Some of the homies, like some of my best friends, were like, "Hey, well, people that I look to, some of the people that I hung around with every single day, were like, look, if it comes down to it, I'll do it. Like, I'll stab him, And there was a dude that was really close to me on the streets that we had started beefing over certain things, and he was the one that was pretty much pushing everything on my bumper about stuff. But it was Gunner that reached out to me and was like, "Hey, bro, come to this module and explain yourself, what's going on with you. You're a good homie. We hear nothing but good stuff about you. Just come over here. Once you get stabbed, just you'll be in the clear." So when I had got stabbed, I wasn't given the option to where I was to go. I actually went to the gang mod. I went to High Power. I didn't go to the gang mod, excuse me. I went to High Power. So in High Power is where I was on the road. I was on the tier. I was begging and pleading for them to let me be good, and they just weren't having it. So I turned on them, became an IR, independent writer, and went that route. So fast forward, the same dude is Gunner from Lincoln Heights, and now he's a cinquero. And we're on the tier, bro, and 2-5ers and IRs are not really, they're not friends, they're not friends, but there's certain agreements that they've made about, as far as beef with the blacks or beef with the whites. The Mexica movement that was started between the Marcianos and the Fuerza Mexica between the 2.5ers and the IRs. So a lot of that was going on in Tehachapi, I was involved in. But so there was this dude is always stopping by my cell, always talking to me about, hey bro, you remember when I tried to help you out when you were gonna get stabbed and your homeboy whoop-de-whoop was he was pencil whooping you and blah blah blah. So but out of nowhere he started giving me heroin, and I was at the time I was real bad, you know, I was an addict, and I was just slamming. So he'd come by, he'd shoot me paper after paper after paper, but it started getting from a paper to let me put it in the rig for you to on and so forth. Well, one day, to my surprise, right, there was a homie that was down the tier from Monteflores, and he comes by my cell, and he's tweaked out of his mind, bro. And that's the one thing that I seen him, and he calls me like, hey, come here. And I come over, and he tells me, hey, bro, I don't want nothing to do with this. And he flies me a kite, bro. So he flies me this kite, and I take it, and I'm like, what's this dude talking about? And I see him walk down the stairs, because I was on the top tier. I see him walk down the stairs. I see him say something to the cops, and I see him get cuffed. And I'm like, that's bad, you know, like in prison, that's a pretty bad thing to see, you know. So as I'm reading through the kite, I'm seeing like well, basically it's an argument between two 2.5ers, a group of 2.5ers, one group of 2.5ers and the next group of 2.5ers, and they're discussing on how they're gonna kill me. And one of them's discussing that they were gonna give me a hot shot, and Gunner was nurturing me or grooming me into accepting shots from.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
In which he was gonna put battery acid in one of the shots that was gonna kill me. And another group was, this is just a kite that's going back and forth, and the other one saying that's some bitch shit, like if we're gonna do something against another.
You have 60 seconds remaining.
You want me to call back?
Yes, sir.
So the kite is explaining about him grooming me into taking a hot shot in another clique, and the 2.5ers, the IRs, they have different cliques, and so it's an argument between the Reapers and the Malditos, and the Reapers are stating that, hey, it's cowardly that we would do that to another fraction, and if anything, we're going to stab him, and we're going to make sure he's dead, we're going to kill him. And the plan was, this happened on a Tuesday, when the dude flies me the kite happens on a Tuesday. On Thursday, there's 3 dudes that are supposed to, one of them's supposed to hold me down, and the other ones are supposed to stab me, aiming for my heart, the solar plexus. I'm reading this, bro. I'm reading solar plexus. Just keep on hitting the solar plexus. Make sure you use this knife, and leave his body in the shower. And we're going to kick it off with all the IRs in that block, the building he's in. There's 8 on 3. There's only 3 IRs, so we're for sure we're going to kill him if you just aim for him. So as I'm reading this kite, I'm like, man, I'm like flushed, bro. I'm like angry, like what? Like, so I tell my Sally, like, bro, we're going to get these knives out, bro. We're going to get these knives out. We're going to go to yard. We have afternoon yard. We're going to go to afternoon yard. And I call a 2.5er to my cell, like, hey, bro, come here real quick. And he comes over, and I'm like, hey, bro, can you do me a favor? Can you tell my brothers? Can you give this to my brothers? And I'm telling them it's about dope. Like, tell them about this, bro. Like, I really want to get this dope, bro. So I shoot him this kite through the 2.5er, and it's, hey, bro, come out to yard. I need to talk to you. It's very important. So when we come out, that day we're digging there's always knives everywhere, bro. So I'm digging out my knives, and I go out to yard. And as I go out to yard, all the IRs surround us like, bam, and I drop the kite on the table. I'm like, look, bro, bam, as everybody starts reading, like everybody's just like there's dudes sitting at the table reading it, and then they jump up like, oh hell no, bro, like what the hell is this about, bro? I'm like, I don't know, bro, this dude locked it up. And like we could see the cinqueros looking at us like from across the yard, and they're like kind of like they're under the assumption that he slid me something, and they don't know what it is, and they know that there's a kite, that kite got sent out, and that dude had sat on that kite all night, and in the morning when he locked it up, he slid me something. So we're looking at them look at us, and we're trying to get news from to the IR that's in the kitchen, and we're telling them, hey bro, bring out all the metal, bro, bring out every single piece of metal you got, bring it out, bro, like it's gonna kick off right now. So we're sending word out there, bro, and we're trying to appease the 2-5ers. So I'm going over there, what's up, bro? And I'm talking to him like, hey, dog, like, hey, and I'm giving him a soda, like, hey, here, bro, like, here's a soda, bro, like, we'll get you guys right now. But you can see that they're already like tensed up, like these dudes know, like, look, they're guarding minor, you know, and I had like brothers on the side of me, and they're just like, man, like, nah, bro, we're not gonna let that happen, you know. So long story short, this dude from MS, okay, thank you. This dude from MS comes over to us, and he's like, hey bro, what's up? Hey, can we talk to you? I'm like, what's up? And he starts explaining, hey bro, like, look bro, some of our brothers are tripping on you right now, bro, because you never told us that you when you beat up Wolf, bro, that you stabbed them in the cell, like, and a lot of my brothers are mad, and I'm like, hold on, bro, like, I've been here for 2 years, bro, and I told you guys, bro, like, I just did a shoot term for stabbing a writer in the cell. I had a Cinquero Sally, and he went on suicide watch for my cell, bro. I told you guys all this. Yeah, but you never said you stabbed him, and hey, bro, like, and he's trying to explain around it. So my homeboy's like, hey, well, look, here's your kite, and he throws at him, like, here's your kite, fool, like, bro, we could get this, bro, like, he looks at it, and he knows it's the kite. Now they all are confirmed that I have the kite that's describing my death, bro. And he kind of, like, his posture drops, and he's like, nah, hey, fool, hey, bro, that's not for, like, yeah, we know it's not for me to read, bro, but obviously I'm reading it, right? And this dude's like, nah, bro, but that was the conversation, and it has nothing to do with us. And there's names on there. There's certain names, and I'm like, well, look, this dude's name's out here, this dude's name's out here, this dude, so you're telling me all those fools are no good. And he looks at me, he's like, well, yeah, bro, we're like, yeah, hey, bro, like, we're not going to kick it off with IR, bro. If we were going to kick it off with IR, we'd kick it off with IR. So now it's this big old thing where all these Cinqueros are coming over to us, and all these IRs are coming over to us, and then at the time, it was another clique called the All-Stars, and they're kind of at our side, like, what's up, bro? Like, if anything, we're going to jump for you guys. So we're having this conversation, and we're naming names, like, hey, bro, like, you guys saying, like, anybody that's a threat to any of our brothers, bro, you guys would make sure that we remove that person. Well, we're doing the same thing, dog. Like, and my homeboy speaking on my behalf, like, hey, bro, like, mine has been here for a year, 2 years and a half. He's been in riots with you guys. Now for you guys to make an issue, like, you're saying, so they start telling us, like, hey, well, look, this is what it is. That vato that did it is Popeye from 18. He's a Cinquero, but he got this clicked up with the West LA car right now. So if we get off on him, we're gonna jump. The West LA car's gonna get off, and we're like, so, but we're not, like, hey, bro, like, we don't mean anything to you. Like, I swear, and this dude, like, looking at me, talking to me, like, I swear, minor, I would never let nobody hurt you, bro. Like, I swear. So we're in the middle of the yard talking to this, and then we just look up and we just see all the cops just surrounding us with their little minis and everything, their block guns just like looking at us, bro. So we look like all the IRs are like, hey, fool, like let's talk about this real quick. So we go back to our table, and we sit down. Like, I sit down, and one of my brothers was like, look, fool, let's just give them an ultimatum. Like, hey, you fools are going to remove the fools that's names on there, or we're going to kick it off right now, see? And we're going to let it be known, bro, this is why we're kicking it off, right? And then, so we all like, all right, like, but you already know that they're Cinqueros, bro. They do think that they're going to find any way to get away from this, bro. Then they can afford to lose their brothers, so they don't care, dog. Like, they don't care, bro. But if that's what you guys want to do, and they're like, yeah, fool, like, look, dog, like it could get really bad right now, but you could tell they don't want that, bro. Like, if you look at them, a lot of them are nervous, a lot of them are just like tripping, bro. So we go back to the table, we make the...
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
So we make the decision, and I remember it was me, it was the brother Jimmy from Nuevo, Little Bandit from Highland Park, and we walk over, bam, and we run over. So we walk over to Gunner, we walk over to Gunner, we walk over to Whisper, and we walk over to Low Key. So we walk over to them, and all the 2-5ers are like on the other side of the yard, just like circling, and all the IRs are on this side of the yard circling. So we start telling, like, hey, bro, like, look, check it out, like, there's grace, bro. There's grace in this conversation right here, bro. Like, by all means, bro, we have the right to get off on you guys, bro. But we've had such a good we've had such a good relationship with you guys. We've jumped in each other's riots, bro. We've helped each other out with blacks, with whites already, bro. Like, we just done so much, bro. Like, and then I look at Gunner and I'm like, hey, bro, like, it's saying that you grooming me to give me a hot shot, bro. Like, come on, bro. Like I remember you from the county, bro. Like, you know my aunt, bro. And that's like, bro, that's snakish, bro. He's like, nah, but look, we're gonna jump on these fools from 18 and it's gonna kick off, bro. So we're telling you, bro, we're willing to kick off a riot for you, bro. Just so that we don't have beef with you, bro, because we love you, bro. Like, you're the homie. And I'm like, yeah, well, you guys don't love me, bro, but okay, look, well, if you guys kick it off with these fools and it gets out of hand, we're gonna jump. But you fools are gonna do it. They're like, yeah, well, we're gonna do it, fool. But hey, well, and we're like looking at them. We're like, look, fool. So you fools take care of business. If you fools need us, we're right there, fool. But we don't want none of this ever. Like, bro, another plot comes up, bro, and something comes up. Like, any IR's names get brought up again, it's gonna kick off, bro. Like, this is grace. This is mercy, bro. Like, that's what this is right now. So, like, look, we'll take care of it by the end of the yard. So they go over, bro, and a lot of the IRs are still like, nah, fool, we're giving them time to strap up, and it's like, some of us are like, bro, we're strapped up, so it doesn't matter. Like, there's knives on both sides, like, but if they don't kick it off, it's gonna kick off. So we see the dudes that they're saying wrote these kites, and he's a 2-5er, his name's Popeye, and he's from 18th Street, and he does have like a big old 18th Street 2-5 like following around him, bro. So as we know that he wrote the kite, and what the 2-5ers are asserting is that what he was describing was all his imagination, that he's on meth and he's trying to do all this stuff, and he gave it to this dude. So we're like, bro, you want us to eat that up? We'll eat that up, but that's not what it is, bro. So we wait, bro, and I remember, so we see 3 dudes come up, like, bam, and they go and they talk to some other dude from 18. They call him like, hey, come here. And me and Jimmy, like, hey, bro, let's go. I'm going to go take a piss. So he's like, yeah, let's go. So we go take a piss, and as we walk by, we hear him telling this fool, look, fool, like, don't jump in. Like, don't jump in. Like, it's either 2-5 or 18. Like, you got to choose right now, 2-5 or 18. And as he's doing that, we look back, and we see Popeye coming down the hill from the pull-up bar section. So he's coming down the hill, and we see the 3 gunners pop up, bro. And they're walking over to him, and we see the dude pull out. And he's like, hey, fool, like, and we're like, they're in earshot. And he tells them something like, hey, bro, you're gonna put our family in jeopardy. And then, like, he says something back, but he sees a knife, so he kind of takes a couple steps back, and the dude just lunges at him and starts using his, trying to stab him. But as this dude, like, as he's trying to stab him, like, a lot of times when people have knives, they forget that it takes a lot of energy to use that knife, and you're exerting a lot of force one way, bro. So you throw yourself off balance, and a lot of people that can fight, if they can get it out their mind that you don't have a knife, they're gonna win the fight. So as this dude lunges at him trying to stab him, he kind of like falls back and he punches his fool and drops him. And as that happens, the other gunners are just trying to like hold him, and like we're looking at it as it happened, and we're like, bro, this went from stabbing to trying to hold him so that he won't knock him out, bro. And he's knocking out like quite a bunch of dudes, bro. And the yard's not going down, so we see the cops, like they're concentrated more on the IRs and the 2-5ers that are talking by the canteen. And the IRs and 2-5ers are kind of looking at the incident. We're looking at the incident, and it's happening right in front of us. I'm walking, so Jimmy and me are like, we kind of break up, and he's like, hey, fool, I got a knife. I'm going to get away from here. I'm like, all right. So I walk away, and me and Bandit picks me up. Bandit's from Highland Park. Like, hey, Federal, what's up? And I'm like, and he's like, hey, fool, if the fools from 18 are going to get in, I'm going to get in, fool. Like, it's just a free-for-all, fool. And I'm like, yeah. As I'm saying that, as he's saying that, some fools from 18 are running across it, like, run right past us, bro. They run right past us, and it becomes a melee. And it's like, by then, it's like about a 8 on 6, and the 2-5ers are being outnumbered. 8 on 6, right in front of us, and then the yard down, you know, that first responders thing, right? So I'm saying that, and then as I'm talking to him, at the homie from Highland Park, yard down goes down, and I'm looking at the dudes like that are running, because the 2-5ers get up and they start running to help out their brothers. As he does that, I look to my side, and Bandit's gone. So as I'm walking, like I'm kind of like walking into the circle already, and this.
You have 60 seconds remaining.
Bye. You want me to call back?
Yeah, call back.
So Bandit jumps in, bro, and once an IR's involved, you know, like the policy is once an IR's involved, all the IRs are involved. So as I'm nearing, I'm like, bam, I'm walking up to the situation. Now it's a full-on melee now, bro. It's about like 25, 30 2-5ers. There's about like 15, 20 IRs. There's about like 16, 18 dudes from West LA, from MS, from 18, from Harpies, just various gangs, bro, from West LA. So this happened, I'm like looking, and like I'm kind of like walking into the situation, and as I'm walking, some dude turns around and is like, you're an IR, and I'm like, yeah. I put my hands up and we square off. Like, he's like, you're an IR, and I'm like, yeah, and I square off. Like, what's up, bro? So we start fighting. Damn, as we start fighting, the bombs get thrown. Like, you know, all that orange stuff starts flying everywhere, just smoke everywhere. So we're going at it, like I'm fighting this dude, and I'm like, I try not to concentrate on one person in a riot, because that's how you get knocked out, because people see you fighting somebody else, they're gonna take that opportunity to sideswipe you. So I'm trying to fight this dude, like, but I'm trying to get away from the pepper spray, and I'm also trying not to like engage this dude too much, because he's kind of chasing me. I'm just like bro, like come on, bro, like we're fighting, and then I'm running, like I'm walking back, and I see the spray, and I'm like, hold on, and he keeps on coming at me. So we fight again, we're fighting again, and then as this is going down, I see them trying to I see one of my brothers just get on top of the main dude, the one that wrote the kite, and he gets on top, and he's like a bull, bro. He kind of just like bull rides him with the knife in his hand. And as he's doing that, I'm like, yeah, I'm getting out of here. So I kind of like run, like I run towards the middle of the basketball court, and that one little straggler dude, I don't even know what his name was. He's like, yeah, hey, what's up? Like, man, bro, come here then, bro. And I'm like, come here then. If you're gonna fight me, like, come over here then. So I'm calling him over like to my spot, and we keep on fighting. And then as it gets dispersed, so the bomb starts dispersing people, and as they disperse, the West LA are kind of like going towards the canteen, and the 2-5ers and the 18, the 2-5ers and the IRs are coming over by the basketball courts. We separate right in the middle, and I lay down, and like
this call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
Like I sat there and watched this dude just poke a gang of holes on this dude. So I'm like, nah, like get away from me, bro. Like, and he's my brother, but I'm like, get away, bro. Like get over there, bro. I don't want to go to the hole. And he's laughing like, what are you doing, pussy? You're a pussy. Like, no, get out of here, fool. Like, get away from me. And we're just laughing about it. Like, hey, bro. And me and Bandit's like out of breath, and he's bleeding from his forehead somewhere. And he's like, Minor, what's up, fool? Like, yeah, I seen you get in. I was like, of course, bro. But like, man, bro. And I'm like, look, that dude just like and I pointed out to him like, hey bro, like that fool just got whacked, gacho, like a bunch of times, fool, like 8, 9 times, bro, like get away from this fool, like let's walk this way. So we're like everybody's getting down, but we're trying to move as far away from that one IR as far as we can, bro. Like just like, hey, stay away from us, and we're laughing about it, like, hey fool, like quit following us, and we're laughing, bro. And we get over by the we finally lay it down, and there's a drain, and then like right there by the drain, it's like, hey fool, just throw your weapon in the drain, fool. So everybody's throwing the weapons in the drain, bro. Everybody's throwing the weapons in the drain, and we look, bro, and like so they come with the with the zip ties, you know, the zip ties, and they come with the zip ties, and they grab us like, bam, IR, and they're asking you, IR 25, or what are you, like IR, and they're zip tying us, and then they're taking us and they're putting us right there with our brothers. So they put the IRs on one side of the yard, and they put the 25ers on the other side of the yard. Then they put the West LA into the cages. And we see the nurses, as we're getting up, we're showing our body part, you know, like the inspection, you know, the nurses do the whole inspection, lift up your shirt, turn around. We're doing that. We look, bro, and I see this dude from 18, and he's just like full of holes, and he's walking to the nurses thing, bro. So that was just like the instance, bro, where it was like before I dropped out, it was a lot of back-to-back instances when my life was in danger, bro. Like man, that's just one instance, bro, and that started a riot so that the 25ers wouldn't have to address the issue that they were plotting a murder on me and to murder me. So they threw one of their own brothers that they found that wasn't worthy, I guess, or that valuable to them. And they do that a lot, you know. They have their brothers that they can afford to lose it, write their kites, send their kites around. The ones that they can, they generally protect and they take care of, you know. But we know that of them, so we've learned to know how they get down, the strategies, and there was a dude that was even like kind of like tearing up, like, hey bro, I love you, minor. And we were just like, me and the homie were laughing, like, bro, you seen that dude? That dude really cried, bro. You heard him? Like, did you see him, bro? And but yeah, so that's the incident that happened, bro. Like shortly after that, there was like, me and Gunner had become a Mac rep together, and he was the Mac rep for 2.5, and I was the Mac rep for IR. And we had kind of hashed things out. I'm not gonna get dope from him anymore. Like after that, it's pretty much like set in stone. I'm not gonna take nothing from you, bro. Like that's a sick plot to have, you know. But everything worked out, you know. Like a lot of, I don't know if I've ever shared this with you guys, but I kind of used the situation that the IRs had stirred up to strip myself, or to use as a vessel, as, hey, you know what, I'm gonna remove myself from you guys right before I moved to the yard in Sat F, because this yard in Sat F is like an anti-gang member yard. And when you're stuck on a yard where all you're eating all day is gangs and drugs and gangs and drugs and gangs and drugs, you tend to be full off of all that stuff. It starts to be tiring. It starts to be a situation where you're just like, man, bro, like none of it's real. None of these fools really love you. Like it's just we're here together, so we're gonna have fun and get high and stab each other and so on and so forth. But yeah, so that's the situation that happened.
Hello?
Huh?
You didn't, I
Yeah.
texted you and I have your number. Hello?
Huh?
Hey, sorry about that.
Yeah.
I was talking to my cousin. I pulled up to the store real quick.
Oh, hold on. What?
Hey, that was a banger right there, man. That was a real good story right there, bro. Shit was hot.
All right, thank you.
I think this is probably one of my favorite ones you've done. To be honest with you,
Are you
really
serious?
painted a good. Yeah, bro. You really paint. That's because you really built it up You started it from the beginning. You told the whole middle. And like the end, it was good, bro. The end, like you did a good job on this.
Hey, thank you. Okay, I appreciate it. Is there any way I could like put a little more on my book?
Of course. Go ahead.
Yeah. All right. Right now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Again, look. Those of you guys don't know me, my name's Peter Sierra. I know I may have cursed in this situation, but I'm a Christian. I'm walking faithfully with God. I've let go of a lot of my old habits. And unfortunately, that's like letting go of a lot of people that in my life that kept me connected to the street gang and what I used to do on the streets. But moving forward, I'm trying to establish my career as a writer. I'm trying to work this angle. I'm almost there on obtaining these degrees in social behavioral science, business, and seminary school. So what I want to do is I want to, start preaching the gospel for people that are just like me, people that have been stuck in gangs, that need to know God, and that start preaching about rehabilitation and really recovery of a person's soul from the gang life and finding it in Jesus, So I'm a writer. I wrote poems, books. You guys are welcome to look me up. There's poetry I've been published in many different places. My book is a Christian affiliated. That's going to be the first book that I release. It's not too much it's not too much Bible thumping, but it does reflect my attitude towards the things that I was doing and just how demonic and evil it was. But I hope you guys look for it. It's going to be dropped really soon. I hope that I've said enough for you guys to stir up some type of passion where you could see that I'm worth listening to. Other than that, man, you guys stay blessed and just know that God loves you guys. And man, I thank you guys for all the love that you guys show me, and peace.